Got employees and or contractors? Are you growing, adding people? Let's make this easier for you. The HR Solutions subscription gives you full access to the home, HR, legal, management, and procedures panels to make it easier to manage your people. Like all of our subscriptions, we include ongoing updates so you can stay focused on running your business. Hi, I'm Burke Franklin, the creator of Business Power Tools. I get excited about new ideas and how they can be built into thriving businesses. Building a company can be the fastest way to big impact and super wealth. But how do you apply the business knowledge you have in the right ways? Even if you have the knowledge and skills, do you have the tools to do it? Unfortunately, I've seen a lot of great business ideas fail due to ignorance or naivete. If your business is to succeed, it must be sustainable without you losing control, your mind, or your shirt. But I believe you can be successful with the right tools. You can fake it till you make it, or make it up as you go, or you can leverage the power of our proven and trusted done-for-you software templates and modern holistic business development platform. I've been in business for more than 40 years, and I've worked for a number of companies, large and small. My experience gives me a unique perspective and ability to put these tools together. I started Business Power Tools with the idea that launching, growing, and running a company can be made more efficient, less costly, and even fun. If you want to really succeed building a conscious and profitable company on your ideas for advancements in the world, then I have the tools for you, Business Power Tools. We continue using them all ourselves, and I'm going to show you what they do for you and how easily they work. Okay, let's talk a little more specifically about HR. Your HR subscription includes access to our homepage, which we've mentioned before is kind of like your company bulletin board where the information for all of your employees can access and know more about the company, keep it up to date. The other tab you get access to is contacts, the HR panel, of course, and procedures. Procedures includes the safety plan, security, and other things here. First, let me talk about specifically on the HR panel and the employee handbook. A little more detail on this. So here we have the employee handbook, and when you create it, you can click a button, a checkbox for the state you're in, and this automatically grabs the sections from the master copy of our system for your particular state. So if there is a specific version for your state, we use that one that'll be served up to you and assembled into your plan automatically. So when you look at the employee handbook here, it takes a moment to load. These have 200 sample policies in them. They're not just samples, they're actually the policy to use, and you're certainly welcome to edit them any which way you want. The good news is they're written in plain English, easy to edit. And let me show you, here's the table of contents in here, the menu tree, showing all of them. Now, we didn't come up with 200 just randomly. In fact, there's a couple more than 200 in here. But we've been in business about 30 years with this product, and over time, people have just requested more. We started with about 150, and they just grew and grew and grew. We recommend that you check all of them first, because what happens here, like the business plan and all of our other products, by the way, this works the same as the business plan, the same as the safety plan, the same as the sales plan. Everything works the same. And so in this case, I would recommend checking all the boxes. And then certain things in here, like bigger companies have dispute resolution. And you can see we've got little question marks in here to suggest that you might want to consider this as something to either include or not include. Some places you'll need to make a decision. Do we pay semi-monthly, bi-weekly, or weekly? I found in my experience that bi-weekly was the easiest to use. And so when you do this, I slipped on something there, and you take those out. So now you've got the bi-weekly version of it, and it simply tells you what's there, and you can go into this and edit any of these things anytime you want. And so I simply typing along here, I'm typing badly, but you can see how it works. And I'll take that out because now all of our systems automatically save your work about every 10 seconds. You can also click the save button up here to save it. If there's some information or question you have about this, here we have the information, the narrative section here that talks about each one of these. Every single one of these sections has that kind of specific information for it. So you'll see up here it's going to be for this one, and you can see that it will scroll. And so back to this, you can see it scrolling. You can read the whole thing, so it doesn't take up all that much room. Anyway, all of these different sections here are easily editable. You can move them around. You can add a new section. If I wanted to add a blank section to this, I click this. I can move this one up, down, around, back, forth. I can delete sections I don't want to use. I can click this icon here and restore the pre-written template. If I've written something, I screw it all up, click this button, puts it right back. If you want to just delete the whole thing, delete it. Here's a button, click here, you can export all the checked sections here out to Microsoft Word, and you can edit it separately there. So that's, in all simplicity, how the employee manual works. Here's a couple of others with X's for compensatory time off. Some things, if we have an X in front of it, we suggest you don't use it. But if you insist, here's how to say it, kind of a thing. So we would probably uncheck that. If you don't have extra shifts, undo those. So really, you're going to go through this and think to yourself, okay, so which one of these do I want to leave out? Here's a few you might, you can have options in these as well. So there's a lot in here. And the other key ingredient is paid time off. Now, one way of doing this, the traditional way of doing it, is the time off is going to be personal time off, sick time, vacation time. Now, if you do personal time off, you bundle all that in together and say, we're going to call it personal time off or paid time off, and you can use it for vacation, you can be sick on it, whatever you want to do. This really rewards the people who, well, stay healthy. And also, in a practical sense, people, typically the day people call in sick the most is Monday. Well, here, if you do it follow this pattern and follow this model, people will be much more conscientious about calling in sick because they don't want to waste a perfectly good time off day being sick. Not to say if you are sick, please stay home and be sick, but nevertheless, and of course in some states like California, requires sick time on top of the PTO. Nevertheless, it's all explained in here, and you've got the options of how everything works, and it's very, very easy to use. And like we say, it's written for you. And so you can see in here, it automatically inserts your company name. We've got Business Power Tools in there as the company name, but it automatically inserts your company name throughout like everything else. And we include a few little icons to make this look interesting and not as dry as some manuals look like just a legal document. And again, we have some of the green text you can delete in here. This is done a little differently, but the green text is to, of course, give you some ideas as if we're sitting next to you. Okay, let's go on in the HR panel here. There's a lot here to show you. We showed before there's priorities, there's your to-do list, there's news and blogs specific to HR. There's the mindful management section. These are the blog posts from our website where we respond to ideas and questions that people have over the last 30 years, like I said. And there's a number of ideas in here where you just back up ideas. As long as you're in the HR mode, there's some ideas specifically for HR. There's a collection of hiring documents in here. And we've got a hiring checklist and all of the right documents to use in here. And you can see in here, for example, let me find a good one here. Here's an offer letter to a commissioned salesperson. The magnifying glass basically is the preview button. If you go in and look at these documents, you can see here's a nice letter. The yellow highlighted text are the variables. I'll show you how those fill in a second. The green text, as you may remember, is the comments that can be turned on and off with a button. They print or not. Whether they're on, they print. They're not on, they don't print. You can then simply go in and edit these and customize it. It turns on an editor and edits the way you'd expect to do it. You delete the things that you don't need, make the changes you want to make, and save this out now as a template, which is a very kind of cool thing to do. So now you can use this over and over again because you've got one customized, and for every employee you hire, you use this. So here's the template here with a T, and you can see the master templates are in here. The templates you make are down here. If you want to use this one, let's say you want to fill in the blanks. This is what this little icon means. Fill in the document variables. We all have the little rollover ideas on this. So here we've got the company full legal name. And you can edit it here. So it fills in up on the master company page, fills in, but you can also make changes on this form here. So you can go back to Bob, and we have Bob Jones, for example, and you can see where in the letter comments are still here. I could turn them off if I want, but I do now. And so you can see here, Bob is here, Bob Jones is there. At the bottom of the letter, you'll see Bob Jones again. So we're trying to make this as simple as possible to do as much work for you. The heavy lifting has been done. All you need to do is edit it and customize it for your own use. And then what of course you can do now is you can save this, and this will be the one for Bob Jones. And so Bob Jones, and you can edit this and title it any way you want. The idea also in here is we recommend, keeping all these documents, using the system, use the dashboard to keep your documents organized. And you can come back and review this. Here's the letter to Bob. By the way, now there's a new icon. It's got the email button. You click that button and it pops the email, and you can simply send the email out right from here. So it's as simple as that. So the idea again though is some people think you want to download these, and why? Keep this in here. This way, if you're talking to investors, you can enable an investor to do the due diligence looking at your company. Certainly when you want to sell your company, all of your documents are organized. A buyer can come through here and do their own due diligence and look at your business and see all the value that you built in it, that the organization, that's what they're paying for. That's why people pay so much for like a McDonald's franchise, because it's organized, it's proven, it's working. Again, if you click the plus sign here, you can add your own document. It simply opens the editor. So we've got supporting documents, a number of things here. We have employee records database. That's going to be tied into our CRM system. We're working on that right now. That's coming very soon. Here's a collection of letters. Unfortunately, you might have to fire somebody, but here you have your disciplinary notice. Again, you can see it all works the same way, and it helps you do the things you've got to do to run your business. This is great. If you're a consultant, you can help your clients with this. If you're a professional employer organization, this makes managing multiple clients very easy. Even for CEOs, management teams, and the HR manager in the company, you need to know this stuff. So it helps you stay on top of all these things as well. Here are a collection of HR agreements that you need to have that are very handy to use. They work the same way. HR correspondence, different kinds, some simple things, happy birthday notices, nice stuff in here to make your company nice. A big deal is the recruiting aspect. We've got 700 job descriptions in here. So once you work on the job descriptions and edit, customize that, that can be then rolled into an employment ad. Then you can make your interview questions out of it, and then you can put together your candidate evaluations from it. So it makes the whole hiring process much more easily managed. And see what else is in the HR document here. HR panel. I showed you correspondence, I showed you the agreements. There's resources for more HR ideas. But that's the HR panel for now, and we'll talk to you about the procedures panel next.
I know you may not want to write a business plan or an employee policy manual or a marketing plan. Wouldn't it be great if we could just have all the money we needed to build our businesses doing whatever we want the way we want to, and employees would just magically do what we wanted them to do? It just looks like I came to the wrong planet. It's just not that way here. Nevertheless, we must build a solid foundation for our companies. Success comes when we plan, prioritize, and communicate. And we must be especially conscious and mindful about everything we say and do along the way. So if you're looking for something like Netflix plus Legos meets Cliff Notes, but for business, I've got it for you. It wasn't easy getting here. We've invested the past 30 years working with a lot of smart business people, testing many tools ourselves, and researching best practices, and created the business power tools you can use. Let me show you some more. Many people have asked for private label customization, and it's very easy to do. In fact, the first thing we recommend doing is accessing your account page and entering all of your company information, including your logo and up to 255 characters for your company's slogan. Throughout the system, this data then automatically populates all of your documents in all the right places.
Here's how easy it is to add and edit new users. Simply enter their username and passwords, and you can pull down here and say, okay, I want to add a new product for them. So in this case, the business plan, click the plus sign, we add them in, and you can choose which role they have, whether they have admin, the read-only role, or the creator role, which is great for consultants and your team members actually helping you on the project. It's that easy to update your users in the system.
The big question becomes, what do you need to do today that Business Power Tools can help you accomplish? Where do you want to start? The subscriptions plans page details what's included with each subscription package, and we have what we think is an irresistible offer on everything. You can also include as many of your team and advisors as you want for just $1 per person per month. What better way to have everyone on the same page? You can cancel or suspend anytime. We'll save your work. And your low subscription price is price protected. Keep your subscription up to date, and no matter how high prices may go in the future, your subscription always remains grandfathered in at this low rate. If you're doing these things yourself, now you can leverage this technology and content as if there are 10 of you, or collaborate with your team even if you're all scattered around the world. You could pay $150 to $350 an hour for someone else to do it for you, but we have a network of coaches and consultants who can do it with you, or just help when and where you need it so you'll save time and money. No matter what, we'll help you build a successful company around your ideas. We guarantee it. So who wins? Entrepreneurs, startup teams, business owners win. The next few years of your life and your vision are at stake. You do these things yourself because it's your company and you want complete control over what everything says, what it means, and how it looks and feels. Experienced entrepreneurs also appreciate the structure and content, while those new to starting and building companies save months of learning while doing right things right the first time. Accountants, advisors, coaches, consultants, you guys can be the real winners here. The Business Power Tools dashboard offers so much leverage with clients. You'll see how much more you can do for your established clients and how much longer you can keep those clients. You may even be looking to expand into more interesting areas of business. You could add recurring revenue to your practice. Imagine how much more fun it will be to pitch new clients and how many more clients you can easily manage. Private label with your name on the dashboard. Let it do the heavy lifting while you enjoy doing more of what you do best, advising, being their mentor, and handling unusual issues. Investors win. Business Power Tools provides an agile end-to-end business development platform. As you know, companies with proper plans, strategies, and procedures stand a much better chance of success, meaning less oversight needed from you. This makes them even more prepared for scaling or acquisition. What better way to support the growth of your portfolio companies? There's a lot here for sure. Some people might even think it's overwhelming. But if you've built a company before, you realize you're likely going to use all of these tools sooner or later. Now you've seen a glimpse of what Business Power Tools can do for you and your business. The next thing to do is to log in as our guest and explore the dashboard. Go ahead, put your logo and slogan on it, play with the calculators, customize the templates. We'll save your work. Give it a test drive, then choose the subscription plan you want now.